Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be here with another video, and in today's video we'll be having like a panel talk as regards my past two videos. We're talking about self-esteem and how to build our self-esteem, and in today's video I have two of the most amazing people with me, Gift and Steven, and they'll be joining me in this little discussion of ours. But before we head into the video, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, comment, share, like, all the good things. I'll be willing to hear what you guys have in the comment section. So let's get to it.
You want the best of my heart, you just gotta see the good in me.
Alright guys, so like I said earlier on, we'll be having a discussion, a panel talk as regards the topics on the last two videos. If you're new to my channel and you haven't watched the past two videos, I'll put the link in the description box so you can always check it out. So, you guys, self-esteem in teenagers. Like, have you guys ever had any experience with low self-esteem or any sort?
Right, ladies first. So you go ahead.
Well, I feel like everyone must have had issues with self-esteem at any point in time. I've had issues with my self-esteem.
I think I get what you're saying. You know, sometimes I feel like people feel babies are fragile. Not that they are not, they actually are. But as regards to teenagers are fragile because, you know, our mental mind is growing, and it's how developed our mental mind is that we take on to the adult
And a lot
stage.
is happening at that point in time. A lot
Yeah,
is happening to
A
us.
lot is happening to us.
It's a very important stage in the development of anybody. And like you said, most of us, if not all of us, would have gone through something that has to do with our self-esteem at one point in time through our stage in the teen age you get. Because I think the only difference would just be how we handled it at the time. Okay, some of us, of course, we all experienced it in varying degrees. Okay, varying degrees. I, for example, I remember very well all through my high school. I can't say specifically that there was a time that I was bullied, because most guys usually, if you look at the school setting, for example, the bullies are usually the big guys. And back then in school, I was one of the big guys. You get in terms
So
of
you were a
size.
bully?
In terms of size, no, I was not a bully.
But
And
his
I am not
size
one.
saved it
But
from being
exactly,
bullied.
so if you want to bully anybody, you're most likely not going to want to come to, because in terms of, if you need somebody to face you, I can face you, so you won't want to try bullying me. So that saved me a lot. But then I still experienced it one way or the other, because there's a very strong temptation to compare yourself with others. In a class, for example, we have different people, different styles, different personalities.
Different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And come on, we're all teenagers, right?
Yeah.
We went through high school. There must have been a girl that you liked or something, and a boy that you liked. Now imagine you have a girl you like. You're gonna want to impress her. Yeah, and
Tell
then
us.
imagine the feeling of liking someone and then she likes another guy. So what are you going to try to do? You're going to start comparing yourself with the guy. You want to do things the way the guy does his things. Okay, just to try to impress the girl. But here's a piece of advice: be yourself. Okay, just be yourself.
That's
It's
what
going to
I'm
be.
always
It's going to be.
emphasizing on. Personally, growing up, honestly, I was the bullied. In terms of size, I was really small. I was never among the big girls.
She still is.
Keep quiet.
Must be big.
Let's go on.
Anyways, so like, I think it's recently not recently exactly, some years back, that I was like, you know what? I'm not going to allow my size to determine what I can or cannot do.
Yeah.
It's then that I learned that size is not a determinant of your
How
strength,
far you go.
of how far you can be. Exactly. So I think because of that, I was able to believe in myself. And everybody has dreams. I have dreams, and I was not going to allow size to stop me from achieving my dreams. So exactly like you said, I know sometimes most people actually, the bullies actually go through self-esteem issues because
Speaking of that, sorry to interrupt you. I could say for a fact that I was the bully actually back then in secondary school. Because I was really going to
Just be
because
safe, safe
I,
distance.
I obviously I had this small stature really. I wasn't tall, I wasn't fat, do you understand? So at every point in time, and I was really loud, do you get? And I'm still very loud. So more or less, like everybody knew me. I was popular. Everybody knew me, so I was everywhere. Do you understand? So at that point, anyone that wants to come at me to bully me, they get even scared because I'll just be like, I can just even give them one insult, and they'll just go and think about their life. Do you understand? That's the truth. It's not like I was bullying people like physically or whatever. But when you come at me, I have words in my mouth for you, and I just dish it out. And that is where issues of self-esteem come from. I had built myself in a way that okay, I was resistant to bullies. Do you understand? I wanted to be resistant to bullies. I wanted to be resistant to people bringing me down and all of that. Not knowing that I was bringing myself down. Do you understand? I was bringing myself down by building that wall between I and people, and I did not have. I can say for a fact that in secondary school, I did not have any really valuable relationship or friendship like that. Any friends I have were friends that I built probably from church or in the university.
One of the dangers of building walls around yourself, you've got to be able to ensure that you're not stopping everyone.
Exactly.
Okay, because if
That was
you're
it.
trying to prevent yourself from being bullied, you have to ensure that you're not pushing away the people who
That
will
was my
love
mistake.
you also.
That was my mistake. But I'm back on track now.
Thank God.
Thank God for that.
Okay. I have a question I want to ask you. What was it through your teenage? What were the things that used to make you feel like you had a low self-esteem? Like if you look back and you can say that okay, at this point in time I had low self-esteem. What were the things that were going through your mind?
I had
at
a
that
lot.
time?
I think I had a lot for me. I was very like I always mentioned, I was very small. Like I was really small in stature. Like, I'm not talking like I was really small in stature, and I used glasses. Like there was this stereotype that if you use glasses you're a geek, you're a nerd, and
People tend to
compared to
taunt
those
you guys a
exactly
lot.
compared to people that have perfect eyesight, you're like, oh my god, why don't I have perfect eyesight? Honestly, I think all those just made me feel inferior, and but size was a major factor for me. What about you?
Actually, for me, I had a lot. I had like a whole lot. My issues were okay. When my parents had the misunderstanding, they had to separate. So I had to move from Lagos to Ibadan. That was like the major breaking point for me. At that point, I lost it. Like coming to Ibadan, I was another person entirely. I was devastated. I did not know what I was doing. I moved to Ibadan and I wrote my junior, but like, trust me, it was whack. No, I can't lie about it, was whack. So I moved into SS1. It was in SS1 I started attending this particular secondary school. This school is a school for the rich kids, all these body children and all. And finding myself in that, it's not like I was going to Ajepako school, permit the language, but I feel like this one is a higher grade, and this is another city entirely. I moved from Lagos to Ibadan. Do you understand? And these are new faces. Everything is new to me, and then the fact that okay, I've been used to having both parents raise me, and all of a sudden a single parent is raising me. All of this single parenting, change of location, the standards of the city, standard of my school, then the kind of people that were in my school, and then these people in my school were people that they've been friends right from primary school. So coming in as a newbie, I had to find a way to find myself. I couldn't even find myself in the old gathering. I was so separate, do you get? And I would always have issues with people and all of that. At a point, I started to keep to myself, and that was when I built the wall. Do you understand? I built that wall, so no one would just come and trample on me and do stuff to me. And at that moment, I lost friendship. I lost a lot of valuable relationships I could have kept. So these were the issues, and this whole thing affected my self-esteem as at then. Do you understand? But okay, like after the whole thing happened, when I got to SS2, I had to leave the school due to issues personal to God. That was on a lighter note. I had to leave the school to another school, and then getting to this school, I discovered like I was like the brightest person in the whole school. Have you ever been in that situation? For you to know the standard of the school wasn't of
I think-
high standard
I
like
think
that.
Steven has been in that situation before.
Wow. Okay, I think you can relate. Then. I
Yeah,
felt like I was
yeah.
the brightest. I was the brightest. I was the most well behaved. In fact, I was everything you could need in the school. I was the head girl from SS2 to SS3. If my school wanted to go for a competition, I would always be the one to represent my school. Do you understand? So that alone just boosted my self-esteem. It felt like, okay, from nothing to everything. Actually, I was nothing in the other school and I'm everything in this particular school. Do you understand? So I feel like at that moment, I don't know, my GS3 to SS2, it says, I wish I could go back and relive that particular class. But thank God for God. We have moved on and we are fine, we are stronger, we are better.
Good girl.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about personality. You know, I also noticed that there are some personalities that naturally aid with having a strong self-esteem, and there are some personalities that naturally may not really have strong self-esteem. For example, we have introverts and extroverts.
Yeah.
I'm extroverted. I mean, by nature. Okay, I'm very loud. I like people. I enjoy being with people a lot. I like crowds a lot. So I don't get shy. I don't cringe whenever I meet people or I'm in front of a crowd. But that's mainly because I'm extroverted. There are people that are quiet, more quiet than I am. They like to keep to themselves naturally. So those kind of people, you know, when they meet people, they seem to be pretty
Naturally, they draw back.
exactly. So, and then, you know, those kind of people, they talk less and think a lot more. They think more. So they think a lot, and that, you know, the things they think of me, you know, make them compare and make their self-esteem to come
Do you
down
also
a
know
bit.
that personally, like, I get what you're saying. Personally, do you know, I always regarded myself as an extrovert because I can be loud, I can be, and at the same time, I'm not saying that what you're saying is not true. It's actually very true. But you know, when you meet people, and there's some people that I don't know, like I always talk about negative toned people. Some people that I don't know, it's just like as if everything they know how to do is to bring other people down. And when you meet people like that, you now become you tend to become more self-conscious. You tend to
Around
so I think
them.
I'm naturally a very, very, very extroverted person. But because of I would say because of the whole self-esteem thing, I became somebody in between. Not exactly in between. I think let's just say 70% extrovert, 30% introvert. Do you get?
But you know, no one is actually totally extroverted.
Exactly,
or
that's the
totally
thing.
introverted.
So that's the thing that I think personality-wise, yes. But if you don't know how to use your personality to the best of your advantage, you would. I think what I should have done. I think what I should have.
Strike a balance.
Yeah. What I should have done in the past was, if I had boosted my my personality, like the extroverts in me, if I had really brought it out, if I had really related with people a lot, maybe I wouldn't have gotten bullied due to my size. But before that could happen, I was already attacked
down.
first.
I think
Exactly.
a good way to
So-
put what you're trying to say is to focus on your strength, right?
Yeah.
You know, focus on your strength as an extrovert.
Thank you so much for watching part 1 of our panel talk. Trust me, if we could go on and on and on, we would, but we don't want you guys to get tired of our faces. So don't forget, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post new content, and give this video a big thumbs up, really big thumbs up. And you can always follow us on our social media accounts. So thank you guys so much. We are going to be back with another part of our panel talk, self-esteem in teenagers. Don't forget, and we love you guys.